This is a new season, and you learn and grow from everything, both good and bad.
Boomer Sooner, baby! The part that we've gone through in the off season, now we get to coach football and play football. Not concerned. There's a bunch of guys can run around out there and make plays. The talent level's fine.
I believe they have what it takes to claw our way back to where I believe Oklahoma belongs.
You're watching The End Zone, Saturday Showdowns, a 2025 college football preview, sponsored by Brahms.
Welcome to a special edition of The End Zone. The college football season is upon us. With so much shifting of the college football landscape, 2024 was supposed to be an exciting and intriguing football season, and really it resulted mostly in disaster for OU, OSU, Tulsa. UCO was the odd one out in terms of success last season. We're going to talk about all four schools, but we have to start right here in Norman, Oklahoma. Year number 1 in the SEC, year number 3 in the Brent Venables era. It didn't go according to plan.
No, it didn't, and I think, you have to have your adjustment in there. I don't think people expected it to be that much of an adjustment, but I think now that they know what they're getting into, they've made some big changes. I think there's a lot of room for improvement here in 2025, year 2 in the SEC, and I think we will see that improvement.
Obviously, the defense is going to lead the way in 2025. Brent Venables steps into the DC role in addition to being the head coach, and that's really going to be, I think, the dominant factor if Oklahoma is going to realize high-level success. That defense was great a year ago. They have a chance to really make big strides this season.
Yeah, and the good news is, yes, they lost a couple of key names, Danny Stutzman and Billy Bowman, but they return more than 60% of their production, so they're about as good a shape as they were last year, if not better. So I think that'll be, if they can keep doing what they do and the offense catches up, they should be in good shape this year.
And to break it down further, the defensive line in that defensive unit looks to be among the best in all of college football. A couple of the sophomores, Jaden Jackson and David Stone, caught up with me earlier in the week. We talked about the season upcoming and their first introduction to each other.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like David. I'm just gonna be honest. Coming in, I didn't like anyone at all. I was there, new environment, IMG. But then, it kind of brought us closer. We're living together, so seeing each other every day, we had to grind and, get the calls and study, and it really just brought me tighter, and it really is my brother, man, so.
And Jaden was a weirdo, and it's so funny, because, looking back at him now, it's like he's changed, 180. I have videos and stuff from when we first got to IMG, and it's just you could hear his voice of how much it's changed, everything. But man, I love the kid. He's wonderful.
Me for sure.
He's not good at sports games at all.
Okay, yeah.
He's not good at anything other than actual football when it comes to sports.
Okay.
Basketball, he's not good.
What?
Yeah, he's horrible.
I'll be dunking on Stone every day.
He can't even touch the real. He can touch the real. He's a blocker.
Yeah,
he's
last year.
Right there. Yeah.
I mean, shoot, coach, come on. You know what I'm saying? I can definitely tote that.
Yeah, if it's a goal line catch, I'll take that.
No, yeah, he got a catch.
Yeah, I'll take that. I had an interception in high school too.
I would do that. We both would.
Yeah, I can't lie.
That'd be hype. I feel like that would
Alabama,
carry the momentum.
When you get
game winner too.
Yeah, man, it's different.
I'm stealing that, just so you know. If something happens crazy, I get a sack or something. I'm jumping on the Sooner.
Definitely.
No.
Have you seen? Okay, so the face paint,
Okay.
it takes at least 10 minutes from him.
Okay, drip is mandatory. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look good to feel good.
Definitely.
You gotta look good to feel good.
I like to be a little bit simple. But drip, I feel like he copies me a lot of it.
Nah, I seen him with 2 towels. I'm not copying that. He had 2 towels laying out in
okay,
front.
so listen. We made a deal. D tackles, you can't get a towel unless you get a sack.
Yeah.
So listen.
Nah, right here. I'm not a.
Listen, Jay's a lover boy. I can't lie. He's a lover boy. He is.
I'm not a lover.
He would be perfect for the show, actually. Truly perfect. Lover boy.
Nah, but I mean, Huda, if you're out there, just let me know. What you see, her, you ain't see.
Yeah, Love by Keisha Cole.
Love.
Yeah, man.
Defense was obviously a strength last year. What's your overall impression of how that group has come together as we get close to the season?
It's definitely been tighter, man. Danny leaving, Billy leaving, it really doesn't feel like that. We still have the linebackers communicating, doing their job, D-line doing their job, just guys, and a lot of young guys stepping up, man, that I've seen. So it feels like a family, it feels like a brotherhood. So I'm excited to see that bond, carried throughout the field. So
it's so different to see like John in action and like going against him as a pass rusher. Like I feel like any time I'm getting close to something that would be a sack, he's getting the ball out just quick, and it's like magical. I seen one time him roll out the pocket, jump off one leg, throw it back across the field, and it was a touchdown. It's just like, man, it's like Heisman winner type stuff out of him. It's been amazing. And then the O-line, the way they block their butts off, man, and they communicate, like the stunts and the twist games, everything. It's been just so amazing. Biggest thing I'm excited for, playing with my brother on the field, getting after the quarterback, celebrating with each other. Things like that. It's just going to be a great year. I can feel it. So, man, it's going to be something special in the Palace. I'm ready for it.
Now it's John Mateer and Ben Arbuckle, not to mention a lot of other new faces, but the offense looks to take giant strides in the right direction via the transfer portal and this recruiting class that features some freshmen that might get playing time out of the gate.
Yeah, it's really unique to me coming off such a poor year offensively to have so much excitement coming into this round, especially John Mateer, obviously a big name, Jaden Ott in the backfield. It feels like just energy-wise, based on what we've seen in fall camp, they're amped up, they're ready to go. It feels like the connection's there, and I think the big key of this season is, we know the defense is good. Can we get the offense to catch up and both be halfway decent at the same time? I think we're going to see that. There's a lot of potential.
Scoring points would be great, but I think some people would just settle for getting first downs occasionally as opposed to last year's team. John Mateer is a big-time talent, but I think maybe the most important aspect he brings is a swagger that did not exist with that group last season.
Yeah, there's a reason he's getting comparisons to Baker Mayfield, not just because of how he plays, but also, like you said, the energy and just the hype, the swagger. It's got to be fun to watch.
All right, the 2025 schedule is one of the toughest in college football. How do you see it playing out?
I think OU is much improved this year. I envision that 8 wins is the floor for me. 9 wins is what I really expect to see this year. We'll see. I
think 6-6 to 10-2 is certainly in play. 8-4 is probably the safe bet. We'll know a lot more after the Michigan game week 2, where they're going to play SEC caliber athletes from the Wolverines. Should be a fun start to the college football season. Along with Camryn Johnson, I am Colby Daniels. We've got more college football to preview as we head to Tulsa for the Golden Hurricane 2025 edition under new head coach Trey Lamb.
With just 7 wins across the last 2 seasons, Tulsa football was in dire need of change here in 2025. The solution? East Tennessee State head coach Trey Lamb, the 35-year-old, the new man in charge at 11th and Harvard, and I sat down with him to hear the challenges and expectations as he enters year 1 at the helm. You have a history of turning struggling programs around, for lack of a better word. East Tennessee State led them to their first winning season since 2021, back-to-back Big South titles at Gardner-Webb. What's the first lever you pull when you take over a program?
Yeah, I think you got to pull at the heartstrings of the players. You got to get those guys believing that they can get it done, especially at the moment of truth, fourth quarters of ball games. Believing that it's going to bounce their way and believing they can get it done is the hardest part, and I think that's where you got to start.
And something unique about this team, I would say, is the amount of local talent on the roster. A lot of Tulsa area kids. Was that by design, or did it just end up working out that way?
No, when I got here, I didn't realize high school football was as good as it was, and it's elite. In this county alone, there's 10 to 15 guys each year that could play at this level. So bringing the guys home that have gone to other schools was a big deal, and then competing to keep guys here is a big deal. If we can win in this county and this 50-mile radius first, that's going to create a spark and energy for our fan base and our alumni base.
And Kirk Francis, your guys' quarterback this year, he's one of those local kids. What stood out to you about him on the field, off the field, that told you this is the guy I want leading the offense?
Yeah, I watched the tape and the games he's played. He played as a true freshman in the last 3 games. I thought he played well versus good competition. Tulane and FAU, North Texas, played some good teams and played well. Really smart player, can handle a high volume of offense. Sometimes it's too smart and overthinks things. That's where I got to get him dumbed down a little bit and just doing his job. But we can win with Kirk Francis, I have no doubt about it. And we have other quarterbacks too that I feel confident in for the future.
And speaking of the offense, you're an offensive guy. You've mentioned you'll be calling a lot of the plays this year. For people not familiar, what does a Trey Lamb offense look like?
Certainly fast and up-tempo. We want to be, 50-50 run pass. We want to be physical up front. We want to win the games in the fourth quarter with physicality and kind of outlasting the other team. I believe in having a fresh team. I want to be the freshest team to play, the most excited team to play, and we're going to be organized. We're not going to beat ourselves, and Tulsa's not going to beat Tulsa. We're not going to have 15 penalties a game, 10 penalties a game, 3 turnovers. Those are recipes for disaster. So clean football, organized, play fast, and play with a lot of up-tempo on both sides of the ball.
Obviously wins are up there, but in your first season here in Tulsa, what are you hoping most to get out of the year?
Yeah, love to compete with the best teams in this league. I'd like to be in a lot of ball games. Would love to make it to a bowl, consistently. And year one, that's a great goal for us. But within 3 years, we need to be competing for the conference championship. We want to be in position to play with the best. And it's my job to get us there. And I think making a bowl game in year one would be a huge success.
Some high hopes for the Golden Hurricane this season, and it all gets underway at home August 30th against Abilene Christian. Stay with us, though. Still got plenty of football to talk coming up after the break. That'll be right here on the End Zone. Saturday Showdowns, your 2025 college football preview.
We're at UCO inside Chad Richardson Stadium previewing the UCO Broncos. Following the most successful season in the last 25 years, how will this team capitalize on that success while managing the preseason expectations?
I think if you just try to go about it as business as usual, I don't think you can. I think we've really tried to flip the script. I think last year we did a really good job of being the hunter. I think we were picked 6th or 7th in the league, and this year we're not going to surprise people, and we have a target on our back, but we have to embrace that, and we're going to get everybody's best shot every week.
Yeah, you kind of lean into it, and you know that you're not sneaking up on anybody, you're not going to surprise anybody, and that just pushes you to be even better.
We were picked 5th or 6th last year, and we kind of snuck up on teams and got some big wins here and there, but there's no sneaking up on anybody, so we got to find different ways to execute the game plan and go out there and win.
We want to be the best offense again. We look at what we did last year and let's try to build on those stats, but keep it focused on the stats that really matter. 3rd down, red zone, touchdowns to field goals.
We're not just going to be able to go out and do exactly what we did last year. Teams are probably going to play us a little different, and that's okay. That's what makes the journey so fun, and learning and critiquing things to be able to succeed.
I think in the offseason, I think we sat down as a coaching staff and said, hey, how do we take that next step? And it was clearly we had to get better on defense and just more consistent on defense. Last year we did a really good job of taking the football away. We did a really good job with sacks and TFL, and those things were up. Through guys that we had redshirted and player development and through the transfer portal, we feel like we went out and filled those holes and gave us some more chess pieces to play with, so to speak. And so now guys just got to go out and do it, and our coaches have got to continue to coach them hard.
A lot of competition, man. A lot of competition. Day in and day out, we're going against the best of the best, and it really shows out there. With the older guys and the veterans who have been here, bringing those new guys in, it's easy for them to adapt and come along because we set such a good example.
Anywhere from like 70 to 77% of our roster has been from the state of Oklahoma. It's great high school football. Kids from the state of Oklahoma are gritty and tough, and I think that speaks to the high school coaches in this state, that it's a very blue-collar state, and they should be very proud of that.
A lot of people look at it as wins and losses, but when you're in the locker room and you got a family around you and brothers, you want to make memories with those guys, and that's one thing I'm looking forward to, is being around the guys all the time, my brothers, and making plays and making memories. So
1 to 10, I'm an 11, man. I'm really, really, really excited to play football.
Roll Chose. Roll Chose.
With expectations through the roof, 2025 promises to be an unforgettable season here at UCO. We've got more to preview coming up next on the End Zone Saturday Showdown 2025 College Football Preview Show. We're in Stillwater, Oklahoma, previewing the Oklahoma State Cowboys. 2024 was supposed to be a season of promise, so many returning starters, a new-look Big 12, and it ultimately results in disaster. The worst season under Mike Gundy in his 20 years. As they go into year number 21, they've got to bounce back from a 3-9 campaign in which they were winless inside the Big 12.
Yeah, who would have thought that we're in an era where all of a sudden you're talking about Mike Gundy being on the hot seat? He's been such a legend here in Oklahoma State history, and you have one bad year now. It's do or die. I think a lot of questions, as you mentioned. It's going to be a fun one. I think Gundy has to win a lot this season, a lot more than last year, obviously. But there's a lot of questions about the offense, which is going to be a big role, specifically as it pertains to quarterback. Hassini, Zane Flores. I don't know. We don't even know who's going to start that game yet. But, yeah, it'll be fun.
Whoever it is, they will only have one returning starter, tight end Josh Ford, a whole new offensive line, running backs, wide receivers, all that production from the last couple of seasons is gone. It's a total reset offensively, plus new OC in Doug Meacham. Mike Gundy talked about the two quarterbacks, the battle, and a timeline on when he might name one guy.
I can't put a timeline on it until I know when it will happen, and I don't know that. So Jabari will end up playing 2 in the first game. At some point, the team will start to migrate toward one guy. Doesn't mean the other guy's not a good player. It just means that the teams might subtly start migrating toward a guy, and they have to be productive. We don't have anybody that's thrown a pass in a game at this level. So there's a lot of uncertainty. Both guys are doing well, but they've got a long ways to go, and we're learning about them just as well as they're learning the system. I think they're well coached. I think they're performing. I think they're competing.
It's fun to finally be back on the football field with the team, and especially with the offense coming after spring ball. We've already got a spring ball under our belt, so the offense is kind of clicking a little bit more than it was at the beginning of spring ball, so it's been fun so far. I'm focusing on my job and what I can do to be the best quarterback I can be, but at the same time, me and Zane are going to be supportive of each other, and we're friends off the field, obviously. We respect each other, and we know we're both really good players, so we're just here to do whatever we can to help this team win.
There's always going to be pressure there, but, you know, it's been fun, I'd say. Just kind of going out there and competing and just trying to bring the best out of each other. It's kind of flown by, to be honest, but you know, I was really just, you know, taking those first years where I knew I wasn't going to play and just trying to learn as much as I can and, you know, just be ready for whenever my opportunity came. I think I'm pretty even keel mentally. I think that's probably my strong suit, not getting too high, not getting too low. I like to throw the ball around, obviously, but I think I can run too, use my legs when I need to, so yeah.
The good news about where we're at now is there's plenty of reps for 2 guys. When you have more than 2, then you cut into guys really have an opportunity to improve and get better, in my opinion. The difficult part of it is you really want to keep those 2 guys healthy. There's a lot of similarities to what we're doing now with Coach Meacham. A lot of what he's doing is what we did when he was an assistant here before. Then when he came back, there's some similarities there.
No, I like him as a OC. He's been doing great so far. I think he's a great coach.
I had a relationship with him at a high school, and you know, then at TCU, I built my relationship with him even more. And then now that we're here at Oklahoma State together, it's been fun to finally play in his offense, and it's been fun to finally have like a friendship relationship, and then also like having the coach part on top of it. It's made me feel more comfortable.
There's an expectation from the coaches and the players in this culture, so there's a little more of a learning curve than what there's been because these guys are new. But ultimately, I'm very pleased with the coaching and the enthusiasm and the excitement from the coaches and what they've done at a very early stage.
Oh, we flying around, man. We looking good, man. Coach Grantham leading us, and we just getting to know each other better and getting to gel together, man.
He understands mentally how to make us learn, you know what I mean? I feel like that's the best part about it because that's not every coach. Not every coach can do that, but he understands how to make his players learn and how to make us understand to be more like him because we are a reflection of him as a defense. We're just running all over the place, kind of like a kid's. It feels like a kid's game again. I'm having fun playing football with the guys. Like we have fun playing, practicing, you know what I mean? And it'll translate to the game. We'll have way more fun when we play.
And speaking of that defense, Todd Grantham has his work cut out for him. The 2024 defense was among the worst in all of college football, ranking in the bottom 10 out of 134 teams in scoring defense, total defense, rush defense, and passing defense. It's got to turn around quickly for Oklahoma State to have success this season.
Yeah, and it's not quite rock bottom per se, but pretty darn close. And the thing about rock bottom, you can only go up. I think with the changes Gundy has made, bringing in a defensive coordinator with NFL experience, I think they're bound for a rebound this year. I don't think they're getting as much love as they should be. I think a lot of the defensive core is more talented than it has been in years past. But yeah, it'll be interesting for sure. I think they'll be better though.
It's a Thursday night opener before hitting the road at Oregon week 2, one of the top teams in college football. And we'll know a lot more about the Cowboys in week number 2, but still a schedule that is very challenging. I see the Baylor game as maybe the most pivotal game on this schedule. Ultimately, what do you see for Oklahoma State in 2025?
I'm like you. I think that Baylor game is going to be the indicator of where the Cowboys are at this year. I do think I'm seeing them a 7-win season, most realistically, possibly 6 wins. I think there are a couple of games in there that could go either way, but I'm going to remain on the optimistic side, go 7-5 in the regular season.
On paper, they don't bring back a lot of starters. That might actually be a good thing. 7-5 to me seems like the most realistic landing spot for this schedule. Along with Camryn Johnson, I'm Colby Daniels. That is our college football preview. Everyone, enjoy the season.